Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another A. Ugh. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Origins. We're here to tell Dagna that she got into the circle.
Hello, how can I... Oh, it's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope.
Indeed,
Oh, please tell me what they said.
they said that they will accept you.
Ancestors, bless you. I can't believe it. There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the circle since Urelden in the 13th century.
I'm so happy
I
that
need to
she's
try.
so
Oh,
enthusiastic.
my parents are suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books? Tuition?
Nothing. The mages need every ally they can get. They've had some hard times recently.
Then I should go before my parents come looking for me. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
I hope you do. Maybe we'll pay her a visit. We should go tell her dad now that she's gone, so that he doesn't just wonder if she died in the deep roads or something.
You again. Here to buy something, or were you just thinking of wrecking another part of my shop?
Do you have a daughter named Dagna?
Has she been bothering you? It's a whiff of surface thing, and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go.
You should know she left for the Circle Tower.
What? Do you even know what you've done? She's castless now. She can never marry, never work, and never be a part of this family again. My daughter is dead to me now.
Whoa, dude.
Leave my store. You're not welcome here.
Well, that's unfortunate. But he deserves to know. He deserved to know, I think. Kind of wrecked his life, though. We destroyed a portion of his shop. We sent his daughter off. But, yeah.
Something I can help with?
Hello, Liliana.
Yes? What's on your mind?
I heard that in Orlais, minstrels are
Where did
spies.
you hear this?
I read it in a book.
And did you not think that this could be historical fact and no longer true? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
And bards are spies.
Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
What kind of patron?
Nobles mostly. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
You were a bard, weren't you?
I have revealed too much, it seems, but it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
So, why did you go from being a bard to being a cloistered sister?
I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here. Something I can help with?
This is a weird time to be talking to her, but I do want to kind of get to know her.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled.
Interesting.
When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
What happened to her?
Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
Do you remember nothing of your mother?
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andraste's Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
No, come back.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss Orlais?
I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations.
Interesting.
There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming
But
from
people
the many
make the
windows,
music.
quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Sounds wonderful.
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course, there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
What sort of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs.
My eyes are itchy.
And shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
I love shoes.
When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Must have been very expensive.
Yes, well, a fair amount. It is so frivolous and wasteful, I know. But I have such a weakness for lovely shoes. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
I suppose we do.
Your wish?
My desire.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Any tales?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Let's hear about the Darkspawn.
Chantry law says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
What about other
Which
stories?
one?
Do you know anything about Andraste?
Andraste was the Maker's chosen. The Maker had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies.
She was a mage, for
Andraste
sure.
brought the Imperium
For sure
to
she was a
its
mage.
and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
Probably a knight enchanter, I think. How did she die?
Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly husband, Maferath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his own. She was also revered as the Maker's betrothed, and Maferath began to see their own bond waning in significance as Andraste became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and spite, Maferath made a pact with the Archon Hysarian of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burned at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
Why did the Maker not save her himself?
I have thought on this too. Did he withdraw his sight from her at that moment? Where were all the powers he bestowed upon her? This question has come to me many times, and I have no answer. Perhaps there was no way for Andraste to return to the Maker but through her death. We will never know for sure.
Do you know anything about the Dalish?
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own.
Called the Dalish. It didn't last.
The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a holy exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
I'm gonna put some eye drops in, so give me like a few minutes. I'm actually just gonna cut this out, but so that I know where to edit out. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm back. My eyes are refreshed. I've got some water here, and I put a little laundry in. Look at me having executive functioning and all that stuff.
I trust Vala, my nut-wrangling.
I think I looked at the wiki and there are only 5 nugs. I don't know why he said there were more out there. We also missed an opportunity to get a special nug for Liliana, but I think there's other opportunities to get one.
News of the hour. Grey Wardens approve of Lord Balin's plans to deal with the Darkspawn threat.
I don't even know what his plans to deal with the Darkspawn threat are. In fact, I think we're the one coming up with a plan, aren't we? This place is so complicated. Where is his room? It's not this one. This is like the bedroom. I don't think we can get that one yet. I think we need master lockpicking, which we don't have yet. There we go. Nope. That's the poison room. Balin, where are you? He's not in there. Is he in here? Oh, yep, sure enough.
Well, you've simply outdone yourself.
I'm glad you
They're talking
recognize
all
it.
over the city about how someone finally went through Dust Town and slaughtered the Carta like genlocks.
Most of them had no choice. It wasn't fair to slaughter them like that.
It's a little late to trouble yourself now. You have done the city a great service. I promise as soon as I take the throne, I will send the troops you need.
When will that be? The Darkspawn don't wait for politics.
Unfortunately, I cannot say when. While many Dashers appreciate my ending Jarvia's threat, Harriman still holds great loyalty. We need something more dramatic to shift the balance.
What are you getting at, Balin?
What do you know of the Paragon Branca?
She was a smith and inventor. She disappeared in the Deep Roads.
She is the only Paragon in 4 generations, and she turned her back on her responsibilities. A Paragon is like an ancestor born in this time. If she returned, her vote would outweigh the entire assembly. Anyone with her support could take the throne unchallenged.
So you hope to bring her back to endorse you for king?
I hope you will bring her back to endorse me as king.
And if Branca won't support you?
I was hoping you could use your legendary charm to persuade
Oh,
her that
well,
the
thank you. Your
rightful
flattery
king
will
should
get you
take the
everywhere.
throne. However, if the deep roads have addled her wits, it might be best she not return before the kingship is decided.
Are you saying I should kill her?
I would never say that. She is a paragon. It is my duty to protect her. On the other hand, we must respect her decisions. Should she prefer to stay in the deep roads rather than help her rightful king take the throne, we must assist her by any means necessary.
Then I shall find her for you.
Then we will both go down in history as a paragon's saviors. So far, my men have traced Branca to Caridon's Cross, an ancient crossroad lost to the Darkspawn 4 centuries ago. Her trail ends there. Perhaps with your warden's expertise, you can find what my men could not.
Where's Caridon's Cross?
You must enter the deep roads through the mines. To protect the city, that's the only path we leave open. Caridon's Cross lies many miles deep into the tunnels. It was once a main thoroughfare, but before Branca, no one had stepped foot there in generations.
I'll leave now.
You have my thanks. Seek her in Caridon's Cross. I will try to delay the vote until you return.
And we get a level up. Cool deal. So we're level 12 now. I don't know why our strength is so high. Probably because of the fade. Magic to 35 because I think there's some spells that require 35. And then we'll get cunning up. Master coercion or herbalism. Coercion. And then as far as this, places a protective ward on an ally that automatically restores health when the ally falls close to death. Is there anything that requires 35? In the entropy school, yes. But not in anything that we're gonna take necessarily. So actually, let's put that in willpower. No, we'll put it in con. Cleansing aura does seem pretty enticing. Let's get Death Siphon. Because Death Siphon I feel like I remember is really good in the Deep Roads. Just because there's a lot of bodies. And for the Deep Roads we're going to be taking Shale, Alistair, and a TBD companion. Probably Leliana for locks. But we'll go through and see if anyone else got a level up. Because if they did, that could possibly change their answers. I always get lost in here. So, yeah. So far this build is coming out where I wanted it to. We have we got 3 ways of just controlling someone in their place and making sure that we can control the battle. Whoa. What was that? What? Hang on.
Yes.
What is that? Why did that do that? What does that mean? Um. I'm looking for more now because that sounded like a thing. I've never. Yeah, that's the throne of Orzammar. I don't think I've ever had that happen. Right there. Okay, so there's more. There's more of these. Huh. Okay. You guys, this is brand new for me. I didn't know this was a thing. There's probably 4, since you would have 4 player characters. But it's gotta be like... It's gotta be like tiles, right? So now I'm just stepping around. Stomping on the beat. Doodaloo doo doo. You guys are probably screaming at me like, this isn't a new thing, Tony. People have discovered this already. You gotta step on XYZ, blah blah blah. Well, this is new to me. Oh, what? No? Okay. It's not in Balin's room, it seems like. Vartag, did you know about this? Did you keep this from me? I know this is probably insanely boring, but this is actually super exciting for me. So we're gonna find all of it today. One way or another. I can't believe I never even noticed that. Like, it's in the middle of the frickin' room. It's not there. And it's not marked. Like, you can't tab and see it. Don't mind Liliana, she's looking for pressure plates. So is there not 4 then? But there's gotta be. Surely someone else has seen this before me. You guys, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm looking for. It's not back here, that's for sure.
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
hey, we can open that. Nice. Okay, but... Well, that's the entirety of the place, isn't it? Unless I'm being a dum-dum. Is that lyrium? That's lyrium, isn't it? It is. Just behind a glass wall. Interesting. Huh. Well, Yes, yes, it's the throne of Orzammar. Barkspawn, did you know about this? I bet that's what opens this door. I bet that's what it is. Is you have to hit all the pressure plates in order to open that door. I'm literally just running around looking for pressure plates now. How did I not see this before? Where'd Win go? Win? For some reason I thought Win was in here. Oh, is there more here then? No? Alright guys, I am gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat and I don't even care about it. I am gonna use the power of the internet. I'm using the power of the internet. Check the throne. Put your characters on the pressure plates and see what happens. New codex caged in stone. The beast is foreign, but the need is familiar. Home and hearth suffer beneath strength and strangeness. These new kin... I just lost my train of thought. These new kin of this Ferelden are better as friends and strangers, so we resist on their behalf and work with their users to bind with the stone. They no longer fear their skies, and we further our trade above. Lured from above, cornered and corralled, three standing in position, a fourth signals the throne. Stasis for the beast, so long as the king holds the throne, so long as the king wills it held. So there's another pressure plate here. Somewhere. Yeah, people have found this before, but I don't know where the... There's supposed to be a third one here somewhere, and I'm just not seeing it. You would think it would be exactly opposite. There's two in the corner. There we go. Okay.
I am ready.
Alright, well, I think this is kind of like rare content here. We're gonna save. They don't know that many people have done this.
It's done.
Okay. Oh, good. We got brought in, and the door's closed. Where's Barkspawn? Oh, it's a dragon.
Dragon,
Can we paralyze it?
a worthy opponent.
Nope. Can we crushing prison it?
Can I get your ladder?
No.
So you can get off
It cares not.
my back?
You can feck off.
Run while you still can.
Let's death bomb it. Just because it's going to do extra damage. Alistair needs some healing. Can I not target myself with this? No. So we're going to give it to Win. Oh, this is easy.
It's a good day to die.
Indeed. Oh, okay. Please don't kill me. Oh, I might die. Yep. Well, Alistair got a level up. That's cool. Okay. I don't want to use a whole injury kit. Can I get just a regular injury kit? I guess not. We get the Ageless, which is a two-handed greatsword. Weakens nearby darkspawn, has messy kills, increases hostility and intimidation. Messy kills. I think I said that already, in bonus damage to darkspawn. That might be good for Ogren. Alistair, we need you to be stronger, please. Because we want you to wear the good armor. And we need to give you some combat training next time we're able to. Can you finally wear the good stuff? You can get the good shield. +3 willpower, +2 con, +3 defense, and +1 armor. Look at that beautiful thing. But he still doesn't have enough strength for the good armor. What am I even paying you for, Alistair? I'm not paying you. Can we do anything with this now? Did we get a new note? No. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Well, that was neat. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm glad we did that. Okay, so we're going to take a second to level everyone up.
Horse for blood and damnation.
Yes.
Indeed.
Boop, boop.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Everyone did level up. Let's see. Boop, boop. And more con. Needs more strength, actually. We can give him critical strike, or we can get shattering blows up. Let's go ahead and give him that. He only needs 34 strength for it, though. Morgan, what are we gonna give you? I think you need some willpower. You need some magic, actually. If we want to give you sleep. Let's get her sleep. I think that's going to be better than misdirection. Because sleep and waking nightmare is a gross combo. I remember that being absolutely disgusting. Curse of Mortality, I think, is supposed to go there, right? Nope. It goes... Oh no, I did it right. Right? Death Magic, Curse of Mortality. So this needs to come down, and that needs to go down. And then this comes here. Yep, cool. And Zevran. You have so much that's odd, my guy. He's so far spec'd up into this that I almost want to give him Whirlwind. But bonus to attack and defense might not be bad. Let's actually give him finesse. These are all passives. Oh yeah, because I was unconscious.
Damnation.
Indeed. Fashion. Yes.
Yes.
But they did not level up. Okay, so who are we taking in the deep roads? We're gonna take Alistair and Shale for sure. I think it has to be Liliana for the lockpicking, honestly. Well, it's gotta be Ogren. Ogren's gonna be the person we take. And we'll just swap out. We'll swap out for lockpicks when we can.
Lord Harrowmont, furious at the Grey Warden's interference.
Where can we go for distillation agent? I actually don't know.
News of the hour. Lord Balin promises radical changes that will upend the kingdom.
How can you offend someone that's dead? Like disrespect? Sure.
Have you seen my lunch? It is a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old cheese and shredded dried meat. I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry.
Are you alright?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore.
I see.
Maybe it was a bad thing. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood.
Oof.
Since then, it's been
Buddy.
a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Sure, I will. Aren't you supposed to be immune to those effects?
Of course we are. Weak surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs and ours. Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not directing the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
Mm-hmm. So working with it makes you crazy.
Not crazy, just a little forgetful. Don't worry, I'm fine when I work. Just look at my wares. I have the best blades here. Enchanted to hold fire, ice, anything you want to put in it.
Let me see.
Right. Best in the trade, you know. I work the ore myself.
I don't know if we have anything to sell him. I was just kind of wanting to look, honestly. He does have large clear crystals, but we got large flawless. We won't sell Morrigan's ring. We will sell that, though. I want to find distillation agent so that we can craft more stuff. And I just can't seem to find it. Oh, hello. Oh, Alistair, you can wield Blightblood now, can't you? Yep. So, it does 10% critical backstab, has poison, venom automatically on it, gives melee critical chance and +2 attack. It's good. Does a lot more damage. Yeah.
Back to buy something, I hope. I want that surface wealth coming back to us, Balin's ascension willing. I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
I sure am, buddy. I sure am. But you don't have what I want. Maybe we make a run to the chantry. No, the circle, I mean.
So have you heard? Morrigan and him are, you know.
Balin's stupid.
You're starting to defend the ruin us. For Harrowmont.
Oh, that's not what I wanted, actually. Oh, get away from me. Ooh. Come on now. Hmm.
Very well.
Defend yourself!
You have no skill, only desperation.
Well, we're getting lyrium potions, so that's good. Yeah, I think we need to make a quick run to the circle. Maybe I'll cut this out if I can remember to. I keep saying that. I don't know if I'm actually going to go back and do it. The last 3 videos that I've recorded, I've said that I was going to do that, and I haven't uploaded them yet, but I haven't done it yet. And usually what I do is YouTube has its own editing, so I can just go ahead and make quick and dirty cuts, and that's kind of what I've been playing with so far.
It lost a large number of comrades in the battle with the Darkspawn.
Me? I guess I did, yes. I didn't know all of them that well. Mostly just Duncan.
I'm unfamiliar with this name.
It's not important. You don't need to know who he was.
I cannot remember if I ever had anyone important to me. All I remember is being given orders.
I would gladly be following Duncan's orders right now, if I could.
It enjoys following others. I find that odd.
You wouldn't understand. Don't worry, I don't expect you to.
Interesting. Hopefully we don't get too many encounters on the way here and back. Nope, there we go. Yep. It's always like right there.
Darkspawn.
So there's a Herlock Alpha and a bunch of traps. Let's do a crushing prison.
Kill them all. You're gonna regret this. Been a little over your head.
Oh, I didn't notice the mage. Jeez. I would have killed you ages ago, my guy. Alistair, I need to heal you. Why aren't you healing? Oh, no. I hate Curse of Mortality. Oh, he can cleanse himself, can't he?
Oh my god.
But he's not gonna survive. Dang it. I didn't see the mage. That's kind of frustrating.
Let's see what you're made of.
Oh, we got some lyrium out of it.
Trap right ahead.
It's interesting that the Darkspawn use traps like this. They're intelligent to some degree, some of them.
Right ahead.
Where's the exit? Why did we come here? Where am I supposed to go? I went this way. You told me I was wrong. Okay.
You really killed all those abominations? I didn't. I'm sure you need
Yes,
supplies
yes,
after that.
let's trade. You don't have what I need. Is the only place I can go to get this frickin' Bodan? Bodan's so expensive, though. No, let me get those back. I don't even know what I need to sell. I can sell you. all you, I think. Goodness. Okay, we'll go to Bodan and his high prices, even though he says we get a discount. But we don't.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found?
What did you find?
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it.
Yet you look disturbed.
Disturbed? Yes, perhaps that is the right word. One thing in particular within her writings disturbs me.
And that is?
Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
This should prove useful, no?
Not unless one also happens to be an ancient abomination. No. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
So why would she risk sending you with me?
I do not know. Perhaps 'tis as she said, the Darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful.
And it will.
According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
What do you mean?
Once, Flemeth was a mage. This was before the time of the Circle of Magi, but she wielded magical power of the same sort that all the ancient shamans did. It was no different. She summoned a demon and made it part of her, and became an abomination, one that has thrived. Whether Flemeth has always been the demon, or mastered it, or they are one, I truly do not know. No matter what she is, her body still ages and will not sustain her forever, so she must find new bodies. I am to be the next new body in a very long line.
And what do you intend to do about this?
There is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Perhaps you should talk to her about this?
And what would that do? At best, I would receive pointless reassurances. At worst, Flemeth would imprison me once she became aware I know what I do. I know my mother well enough to be confident she would show no mercy when it came to her own survival. I must do the same.
Why do you need me to do this for you?
Because if she is slain while I am near, I am not certain that she will not simply be able to take possession of me right there. So obviously I cannot be the one to do it.
Isn't this all a little bit extreme?
It may seem so. If you think of Flemeth as a mother, think of her instead as an ancient abomination that intends to use her own flesh and blood to extend her life beyond all natural limits. She did not wish anyone to get a hold of this information, least of all me. Now I have. If I do not act on what I know, then more the fool am I.
Very well, I shall help if I can.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kakari Wilds without me. Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
I'll see what I can do.
I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
That's going to be something that waits until we're a higher level, I think.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
Let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
What a discount. What a discount, dude. Like, look at that. Look at that. I don't even have enough. Okay. All right. We need 4L fruit for that. And now I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of these. I overdid it. Cool. Cool. Do I want to know more about anyone here? I mean, we've talked to everyone a fair bit.
Did you always live in an alienage? Was it very terrible?
I had my family. There was joy there too.
That is good to hear. I have never been to the Denerim.
Didn't we say that we grew up in Lothering?
But I hear that life is hard and there is so much squalor. In Orlais, most Alvan servants live in the homes of their masters, often in great wealth and luxury.
I'd rather live free in squalor than to be a slave.
They are serfs. There is no slavery.
That
in
is so
Orlais.
naive. I see.
Elven servants are well compensated for their services. Some of them live richer lives than humans. A well-trained elven servant is highly valued in Orlais. They are nimble and dexterous, and many people find them pleasing to look at.
Like a prize-winning animal.
No, I did not mean it that way. Oh, my words were clumsily chosen. I did not mean to offend. I am sorry.
I accept.
Thank you. You have given me a lot to think about. Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Does anyone have anything else to say?
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you?
Yes.
I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. She is a cunning woman, a Maleficar. She will use you for her own ends.
She can certainly try, but she... no. There's more to us than that, Wynn.
I am telling you what I see and what my instincts tell me. And even if the feelings you share are genuine, this affair may not be the best thing for either of you. You are a Grey Warden. You have responsibilities which supersede your personal desires.
I can handle... I know how to balance my work life and my personal life, Wynn.
Love is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person who may fully
You've never
occupy
met
one's
someone who's
mind and
polyamorous.
heart to the exclusion of all else. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do?
What am I supposed to do? Tell Morgan to go away?
You may have to save one or both of you unnecessary anguish later on.
I think my volume is a little bit low. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit. I know what's best for us, Wynn. I don't want to be cruel, right? I don't want to say this, and I don't want to say that she's never left the circle. and I don't feel like being defiant, but I think that I know what's best.
I have given my advice. Do with it what you will.
I think she would disapprove of anything.
What's on your mind?
Why did the spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
And demons?
I could sense the demons, too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Do spirits watch people like that?
I suppose they must. It is these benevolent spirits that create our dream worlds in the Fade. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity.
And I wonder
This
if that's the one who's inside of her right now.
Curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
You mean it protected you?
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
That was a hard battle. It's also in your fight with Petra's demon.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
I'm glad you think that traveling with us is worthy of your precious time that you have left.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden and help prepare him for the task that is yet before him. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger wagging.
I'll hold you to that.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help.
All right, let's get some action in today. I think. Let's make it to the deep roads at least. Alistair, Shale,
Yes.
Liliana.
Indeed.
Good, no random encounter. Very good. I don't think we're missing anything up here. No? Okay. We need to kill Flemeth at some point, but not right now. That is a higher level problem, not a level 12 problem. Hello.
Stranger, have you seen a Grey Warden hereabouts?
I sure have.
I hear tell that he, or was that she, you understand this was several flagons ago, was setting out to search for Bronca on the Prince's own orders.
I am the Grey Warden. It would be, no, what does he look like?
Stout and muscular, fair of face, but with a strong jaw and a bold nose, surrounded by a great glowing nimbus. If she's a woman, she might be more slight, but her eyes will shine with the light of purity, and her large but chaste bosom will heave magnificently. I've been looking for hours, but I haven't seen anyone who looks like that. Very frustrating.
You might want to look right here.
Well, if you're the best they got, then standards must have fallen way down. But I suppose that would account for an elf being down here. Say, could I ask you a favor?
Yeah, why not? Everyone else does.
Name's Ogren. And if you've ever heard of me before, it's probably all been about how I piss ale and kill little boys who look at me wrong. And that's mostly true. But the part they never say is how I'm the only one still trying to save our only paragon. And if you're looking for Branka, I'm the only one who knows what she was looking for, which might be pretty sodding helpful in finding her.
And what do you want in return for this?
I know what Branka wanted, and how she was looking. You presumably know everything Balin scouts have discovered about where she disappeared. If we pool our
knowledge, how detailed his hair
we stand
is.
a chance of
Like, I love this
finding
beard.
Branka. Otherwise, good sodding luck.
I guess we have a deal.
You should know that Branka was looking for the Anvil of the Void, the secret to building golems, which was lost centuries ago. The smith Caradon built it, and with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the anvil. As far as anyone knows, the anvil was built in the old Orton Tig. Branka planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Caradon's cross. No one's seen that Tig for 500 years.
Balin, give me a map. I can get us to the cross.
If we're going, let's get moving. Branka's not gonna sodding find herself.
Of all the
pigeon crap.
We got 3 bruisers with us. When we need to swap out, we will. I think we can swap out. Inventory. He has just a plain battle axe, but we're gonna give him this greatsword. And he has an item set bonus right now, so we won't. We'll give him this. Oh, that looks cute. Look at that. We'll give you these for now, Ogren. Just for now. No, we won't give you Shiver. Very cool. Do I want to swap out Alistair? No, he comes with us.
Be careful out there.
Alistair comes with us to the deep roads. This is like all Grey Warden stuff. I don't think we need to go back to Aduk and Tig. And we don't even go through there, really, I don't think. Yeah, 'cause that's this area. We just go past it.
Caradon's Cross. I can't believe Harrowmont actually tracked this place down.
Look at that beautiful sword.
This used to be one of the biggest crossroads in the old Empire. You could get anywhere from here, including Orton Tig.
What's so important about Orton Tig?
It's the home of Caradon, the paragon who made the anvil. He was an Orton before he founded his own house. And even then, he spent most of his time in their Tig. Branka figured it was the best guess for where the anvil was located.
So you know where to go from here?
Aye. Branka dug up some maps of the ancient empire. It's a little tough to tell with so much of it collapsed now. But near as I can figure, we're on the right path to Orton Tig.
Do you know anything else about the anvil?
No one but Caradon ever really knew more than it had some kind of stone-blessed power. Every golem who ever ranged across the Empire was hammered on the steel of that anvil. But no one ever knew exactly how they were made. But Branka was sure she could find out.
Alright, let's go.
I've been waiting for someone to say that for 2 sodding years.
We see some people down there. Why do I have so much XP now? It just gave me like a whole bunch of little XP. Did you see that? We got some road markers. The darkest path is filled with sorrows, yet I will stand the test. Hello.
Well, look what we have here.
Cathless.
Some of Balin's new toadies. Let's show him who's king.
And 2 Castless guys and a mage. Well, mage, you have unfortunately made a bad decision for yourself. We're going to while our buddies deal with all that. Oh, I didn't even set up Ogren's stuff, but I can tell it's a little bit too loud. So let's just lower it a little bit more. Here we go. That should be good. So Ogren, buddy, I realized that we never set up your stuff. So yeah, let's take a moment. Sustained, he is a berserker, that's cool. Passive, passive. Sustained. Passive, passive. Racial ability. Let's see, this is activated. That's passive. Oh. There's one more activated, so this comes here, it's passive, activated. Yep, Ogren is easy to manage. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different abilities. So why aren't you using all of them? Powerful swings, mighty blow, sunder armor, sunder arms, pommel strike. Indomitable. Self, any, activate mode, indomitable, right? No, we want threaten, because indomitable, I think, drains stamina a bit. I could be wrong though. Alrighty. A lot of dead darkspawn here.
A pair of nose plugs?
Go out, find a girl.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
As long as there's no pants involved.
What makes you think I have?
All right, all right.
I am about to sneeze.
A mile away. It's a talent.
That proves to be useful, I'm sure.
Not that often, it turns out. Be much better if I could smell the cheese.
You have my deepest condolences.
Yep. Maybe not.
So do you.
Thought I was about to sneeze. I feel like I'm about to, like, I don't know. Hello. I love the deep roads. I just think it's neat. Oh, hello. Alistair, what are you doing? Well, he's got shell, so that's fine. Ooh, Alistair, buddy.
Sweat already?
I'm on the ground now.
Got it.
There's a fire pit here. Codex letter from a paragon Idugan to his wife. My dear Annika, I would not worry about the assembly. Let the nobles sit together and argue over whose house owns the grandest tide. It keeps them from panicking, which they would surely do otherwise, and prevents them from making a greater nuisance of themselves. War is the business of warriors. I would say that the enemy strategy seems to be changing, but they never appeared to have a strategy before beyond destroying everything in their path. For weeks, their numbers appeared to be dwindling. There was talk about perhaps we were getting close to wiping them out. We could not have been more wrong. For today we come upon the body of their main force. I cannot give words to it, Annika. I have never before seen so much death in one place. There were darkspawn beyond counting, and at the heart of the throng was a great beast as tall as the palace of Orzammar, with breath of fire. A paragon of darkspawn, perhaps, for they seemed to pay it deference. They were leaving, marching toward mine shafts which led to the surface. But I knew when I beheld them that once they devoured what lies above us, they will be back. From the letters of Paragon Iduken. Oof. We have so many notes to read down here, guys, and we're only going to get more at the end of this episode. I'm going to record for like 15 more minutes. Maybe that's...
All right.
Maybe that's what I spend this time doing, is just get those notes read. Because I do want to read them. Let's come over here and kill these guys.
Got it.
And then I'll read notes. Oh, poor Barkspawn.
You have no skill.
No.
Only desperation.
Ogren needs some help. And
so you can
also
get off my back?
some regen.
On your guard, wretch! This'll be fun! You'll get no mercy from me! I love how gentle.
There are no pigeons down here, Shale. We're underground now.
Sorry, am I too quick for you?
Oof, I didn't mean for him to die like that. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Yeah, let's loot and then we'll read some notes.
Now is better than later.
Oh, there's an alpha up there. We're not gonna bother him today, though. Hello. You see me killing your
Can I
friends,
get you a
don't you?
ladder so you can get off my back? Now is better than
Why
later.
do you, Darkspawn, have...
All right.
I should have brought Liliana. Oh, we have to go kill him, don't we? Okay, fine. We'll kill him too. Come on, you guys. Oh, there's more behind us now. That's great. That's a lot. That is a lot. I'm in pain.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Can you not? Guys, what are you doing? Get over here and help me, please. No, get down here. Oh, Barkspawn, don't die.
Got it.
I want you to live. No, my buddy. Can we not just hit the floor, please? I do not really have much in the way of damage.
Now is better than later. It's a good day to die! It can't be. You never have
Oh, I am nearly dead. Okay, excellent. We're done here. We're done. We're not fighting anymore. We're gonna go pick up Ogren, and we're done for the day. Okay, great. Good. Okay, notes. We're reading notes. Alright. The caste list. The caste system in Orzammar includes many groups of privilege, the nobility and the warriors above all others, but to a lesser degree, the merchants and the smiths and the miners. Tradition establishes a clear hierarchy, but as in any culture with an upper class, there's also a clear underclass. These unfortunates, the so-called casteless, are believed to be descendants of criminals and other undesirables. They have been looked down upon since Orzammar's founding. They have taken up residence in a place called Dust Town, a crumbling ruin on the fringe of Orzammar's common areas. Orzammar society considers these casteless lower than even the servant caste. Indeed, the casteless are not allowed to become servants, as it is too honorable a position. They are seen as little better than animals, their faces branded at birth to mark them as the bastard children of the kingdom. Their home district, little more than a slum, is a haven for crime, organized and otherwise. Orzammar's guards, seemingly cannot be bothered to patrol its streets. The best that the most casteless dwarves can hope for is a life at the whim of a local crime lord, ended abruptly by violence or an overabundance of toxic lichen ale. Even so, there is some hope for the casteless, a dangling rope that offers a way up into the greater Orzammar society. Since a dwarf's caste is determined by the parent of the same sex, the male child of a nobleman is part of that noble's house and caste. Strangely, it is acceptable for casteless women to train in the arts of courtly romance to woo nobles and warriors. They are known as noble hunters. Any male born from such a union is considered a joyous event, considering the low rate of dwarven fertility. The mother and the entire family are then taken in by the father's house, although they retain their caste. The dwarves we know on the surface are also considered casteless once they leave Orzammar, although this is only relevant to those who return, if they are allowed to return at all. Dwarves who leave for the surface, the sun-touched, as they're often called behind their backs, lose their connection to the stone in the favor of the ancestors, and thus are worthy of little more than a pity. For upon dying, they are said to be lost to the stone forever. But that way, it seems a sad existence indeed. We have more on the castes. Visitors to Orzammar should keep in touch that the hierarchies of dwarven society are much more complex than our own. It is easy to gravely insult a man for simply mistaking his position. Since this can lead to unnecessary loss of life and limbs, I will attempt to mitigate the danger for my fellow travelers. The society of Orzammar is divided into nobles, warriors, smiths, artisans, miners, merchants, and servants. Now you are undoubtedly saying to yourself, we have all these divisions among our own people. This is a dangerous misconception. Certainly we do have blah blah blah, and these positions are largely inherited from our parents. However, the younger children of noblemen often choose to be artisans or soldiers. The sons of merchants may join the army or become servants or apprentice themselves to craftsmen. This is all freely chosen, limited perhaps by the circumstances of one's birth, but still chosen. What is a matter of choice for most human folk is dictated entirely at birth but for dwarves. No one may become a smith who is not born to smith caste. A servant who marries a noble woman will never be a noble himself, although his daughters would be nobles, his sons would be servants, for daughters inherit the caste of their mother, while sons inherit the caste of their father. The dwarves of Orzammar are quite unlike those found in most human cities. Although Orzammar derives its vast wealth from trade with human kingdoms, all dwarves who come to the surface to trade are stripped of their position in society. Dwarven merchants are so ubiquitous in human cities that many people labor under the impression that all dwarves are merchants, or that their whole race worships coin and trade. But these surface dwarves are atypical creatures, the ones willing to give up all their ties to kin and sacrifice their rank in order to conduct business. Below ground, the dwarves are a people obsessed with honor, their own and that of their family. Most nobles incorporate chainmail into even formal gowns, because slights and insults often turn deadly. They are people who revere excellence and strive to achieve it in all things. Even members of the servant caste have been elevated to paragons, usually posthumously, in recognition of remarkable service. There is not a dwarf alive who remembers the deep roads as they once were. They were the network of tunnels that joined the tides together. To be honest, it isn't even right to give them such a simple term as tunnels. They are works of art. With centuries of planning demonstrated in the geometry of their walls, with the statues of paragons that watch over travelers, with the flow of lava that keeps the deep roads lit and warm. The cloud gazers up on the surface talk of the imperial highway built by the magisters of old, a raised walkway that crossed thousands of miles, something that only could have been built by magic. Perhaps it is comparable to the deep roads, although we dwarves didn't need magic. I suppose it doesn't matter anymore. The Darkspawn rule the deep roads now. When Orzammar sealed off the entrances to the deep roads, abandoning everything that lay out there, we handed over the kingdom that was to those black bastards forever. To think that there are genlocks crawling over Bonamara now, tearing down our statues and defiling our greatest works. Corruption covers everything we built out there. Every dwarf who goes out and comes back says that it gets worse with each passing year. The foulness spread a little further. And the cloud gazers think the Darkspawn are gone just because they aren't spilling out onto the surface? Ha! One day, when Orzammar is gone for good, they'll find out differently. Those Darkspawn won't have anywhere else to go but up. They'll do it. The surface folk will have themselves a blight that will never end. I don't want to read this one yet. House Aeducan, Shield of Orzammar. The Assembly has never named a paragon with so little disagreement as there was for Paragon Aeducan. No naysayers, only a single abstention. His worthiness was unquestionable, his favor with the ancestors clear. But family rumor says the man himself was deeply troubled, prone to fits of melancholy and self-doubt. Never satisfied with his great achievement in protecting Orzammar, he died cursing that he had not managed to save the outlying Tigers. Before he rose to Paragon, he was little of note. The memories tell us that he never entered a single proving, never sought to elevate his place among the warrior castes. He spent most of his years prior to the First Blight fighting skirmishes in the deep roads, keeping them free from the surface bandits, content to live quietly with his wife and daughters. When the Blight began, it caught Orzammar in the midst of a vicious interhouse war. Most of the warrior caste was caught up in the feuding, for as word of attacks poured in, each great house demanded that the army be sent to defend their Tig, and no house would agree to sacrifice their own holdings for the safety of any others. The Assembly was so utterly tied up with the infighting that the Darkspawn spread unchecked to the gates of Orzammar herself. In the chaos, Aeducan grudgingly took command of the armies. He enlisted the aid of the mining caste to collapse overrun passages, called upon the smith caste to supply them with arms, and bypass the Assembly and the nobles entirely. With his leadership, Orzammar was saved from annihilation. For his insubordination, he was made paragon, yet he always considered it a defeat. That's a true hero, honestly. As dangerous as it is to mistake a dwarf's caste, it's far more deadly to mistake his alliances among the noble houses of Orzammar. Everyone in the city is allied with someone, whether by blood or by word. The nobles do not engage directly in commerce themselves, as that is the domain of the merchant caste, but they do serve as patrons. They invest in shops or in artisans' work, and in turn reap a share of the profits as well as a measure of the credit. Merchants and warriors alike benefit from the service of a prestigious patron. Lord. Maker above. The relative power of each house is ever changing. It is usually safe to assume that whichever noble house holds the throne is at the top of the heap, but below that, things grow into a tangled mess. Houses ally with one another by marriage. They earn rank and prestige when combatants loyal to them or from their own bloodlines win provings. They earn it when artisans they patronize become sought after or well regarded, or when the merchants they invest in become successful. The degrees of power that these achievements confer is so murky, even to the dwarves, that it isn't unusual for nobles to challenge each other to provings over whose smith forges better buckles, or whose servants have the best manners. Nor is it out of the ordinary to find two merchants arguing over whose noble patron has won the most acclaim, for the rank of patron is the rank of the client. Nowhere is this more apparent than in the Assembly, where the Deshers, representatives of each noble house, meet. Although the king technically rules Orzammar, kings are elected by the Assembly, and so each king must work constantly to maintain the support of the Deshers. Kings who prove unpopular find their heirs deemed unacceptable to inherit the throne. Power then passes to another house. The chant of light is almost never heard in the halls of Orzammar. This is hardly surprising, for unlike the elves who were literally abandoned by their gods, or the Teventers who worshipped dragons, the dwarves have no gods whatsoever. Even in the concept of worship is foreign. Even the concept of worship is foreign in Orzammar. Instead, the dwarves seem to venerate the stone, a name they give to the earth itself. This seems practical for a people living underground, if perhaps a bit unimaginative. For guidance in spiritual matters, they turn to their ancestors. Their ancestors, who are said to have returned to the stone, communicate their wishes to the living via brutal trials by combat called provings. The ancestors' collective wisdom is maintained by the Shaperit, which can apparently store records in Lyrium itself. Set above ancestors, above even kings, are the paragons, dwarves who have achieved such greatness that they are elevated almost to godhood. These are the great figures holding up the hallway that leads from the surface, the first glimpse of Orzammar that outsiders see. Valos Atreitum. In the 23rd year of the reign of King Ragnan Aeducan, an old man of the servant caste was accused of stealing a sapphire ring from his employer, Lord Dace. The servant was stripped of his position, he and his family thrown to the streets, and soon after the servant died. The son of the disgraced servant challenged Lord Dace to a proving, declaring that his father had been the victim of cruel injustice, and the ancestors would bear him witness. Lord Dace had but no choice to accept. On the sacred stone of the proving ground, the noble man faced the servant boy. Lord Dace carried a sword crafted from his own hand and was clad in his great-grandfather's armor. The servant boy had neither armor nor weapon. When the battle began, the boy fought like a whole pack of angry deepstalkers, flinging himself upon the startled lord, wrenching the sword from his hand, and prying at his armor with bare fingers. The boy knocked Lord Dace to the ground and beat him until the lord begged for mercy. The boy and his family were reinstated to their place in the Dace household, and the virtue of the boy's father was not questioned again. The ancestors had spoken, and no one would question their word, as told by Shaper Vortag. Oh, wow. So Dwarven society is quite intense. It is completely founded in honor, and that honor is determined by the will of the ancestors, who apparently speak in the stone, but also speak through these fights. It's an interesting culture. I appreciate it for as straightforward as it seems to be outside of the politicking. I think that's where we end it today. Yeah, I think that's where we end it today. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this series. Leave a comment. Tell me what you've liked the most so far. Tell me some surprising things that maybe you know that I don't. As always, I love you. Take care of yourself. You deserve to be taken care of. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.